Hello viewers, welcome to add-on. In this question we are asked to draw the schematic block diagram of communication system and also discuss the working of each block. Okay, so let us draw the block diagram first, and after that we will explain the function or working of each block. Okay, so first will be our input signal, then we will have input transducer, then we will have our transmitter, so this is the block diagram of the communication system. This I slash P, this abbreviation is used to signify input, okay, and O slash P is used to signify output. Okay, so this is the input signal. Okay, this input signal can be anything. It is any kind of information source, for example our voice or any kind of speaker or radio which is generating some kind of signal. Okay, so this input signal is first passed through a input transducer. So what is a transducer? Transducer is a device which converts a electrical signal into non-electrical signal and vice versa. Okay, so it can convert a electrical signal to non-electrical signal, also a non-electrical signal to electrical signal. So what will be the function of this transducer block? This transducer block will convert the non-electrical signal into electrical signal. Okay, and the next block is the transmitter. So whenever we are using or we are dealing with communication system, so what happens in the communication system is that, suppose this is a speaker. Okay, this is a speaker, this is generating signals. Okay, this signal is transmitted, and at the end this is a antenna. Okay, this antenna is the receiver. Okay, so this is the transmitter which is represented by T with a subscript of X, and this is the receiver which is represented by capital R with a subscript of X. Okay, so this is the transmitter and this is the receiver. So whenever we are using communication system, we are particularly transmitting some signals from the transmitter over to the receiver. Okay, and the job of this transmitter is to transmit these signals. Okay, transmit these signals over to the receiver, and this region between the transmitter and receiver is known as channel. Okay, so the transmitter block will receive the input signal from the input transducer, right? This will receive the input signal from the input transducer, and after that it will transmit those signal over to the receiver through the channel. Okay, so this channel block, I think we have understand the job of this channel is to transmit this. The job of this channel is to transmit this transmitted signal without any distortion over to the receiver. So the job of this channel is to make sure that the transmitted signals are safely transmitted or transmitted without any kind of distortion over to the receiver. And the job of this receiver is to receive those transmitted signals and demodulate it if modulation is present. Okay, so modulation is a technique which we use for transmitting a signal from the transmitter over to the receiver. Okay, so with the help of modulation, we ensure that the signals that we are transmitting travels a long distance without any kind of distortion or any kind of uncertainties. Okay, so if the signal is modulated, then the job of the receiver is to demodulate the signal first, and if any kind of modulation is not used, which is not the practical scenario, but for the theoretical purpose, if modulation is not present, the receiver will just detect the signal and it will pass it through the output transducer. Okay, and the output transducer job is to convert the electrical signal into non-electrical signal. Okay, so here at first the signal was non-electrical, it was converted into electrical signal, then it is passed through the transmitter. Transmitter transmit the signal over to the receiver through the help of channel, and now the receiver will detect the transmitted signal from the transmitter after it has received the signal from the channel, and after receiving the signal it will pass through output transducer, which will convert the electrical signal into a non-electrical signal, which will be our output signal. Okay, so this is the block diagram of the communication system, and I think we have all understand that the function of each of this block individually. Thank you.